From the jungle they rumble to be sure that their city won't crumble. They may not be the best, but this adventure will put their mettle to the test. Savage stampedes are rolling thunder. They're gonna put the putrid under. While they bang the force of nature. Watch out for the Power Rangers. Let's go. These Rangers are wild, they battle with style. Let's fight. A stampede's coming, the visions are gunning. This misfit team has a head of steam, but they're the ones we count on. Let's win. The Savage Stampede's making history.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Power Rangers Savage Stampede. When last we left our Rangers, Gabe had just put on a fantastic performance.
As always.
The Rangers have their Zords now. And things are changing in Turtle Cove. It's been 2 weeks since last we saw our Rangers. In that time, things have gotten a little strange around town. I need each of you to give me alertness checks. If you have perception as a specialization, you may take it.
I have investigation. Would that do anything?
No.
64.
Investigation implies an active look. Perception would be more passive. Given
That is going to be a total of 14.
14. Teddy's got a 16.
16.
Derek's over here.
Five.
Derek's over here like, I see nothing.
I'm the least perceptive ninja out there.
You know?
I mean, hey, you just have to be sneaky.
You missed that day of ninja school. It's fine.
Very sneaky. Yes, very, very
I
sneaky,
thought I
sir.
got it.
We're
And
no
off
idea
playing
what's happening.
Clash of the Clans or something while they're
Yeah,
paying
so-
attention.
so, Teddy, Gabe, you two are kind of the only ones who really notice. Okay? Each of you, we'll start with Teddy this time. Teddy, you are walking downtown. You're alone. You're running an errand. You're running an errand for Danny. And you kind of notice that the people around you are dazed almost. They don't seem to be present in the here and now, is really the best way to describe it. The air in the city just genuinely feels off.
If I see anybody who's like dazed, I'm gonna go up to him, be like, "You okay?" Try and pat them on the back, say, "Hey, you awake? You falling asleep?"
And then he goes, just haven't been sleeping well, man. Just haven't been sleeping well. Just gotta get to the job and do my job. And then he just kind of shuffles on, almost zombie-like.
I heard chamomile tea is real good for sleep.
And just raises his hand. Mm-hmm. And you kind of notice, and it's not everybody. But out of a crowd of maybe 200, 300 people, as you're walking downtown, you're picking out 60, 70, upwards to 80 people that all kind of have the same deadpan, exhausted look on their face, as though they haven't slept in weeks. Gabe, you're picking this up at rehearsal.
Oh,
Some of your castmates are just not on the ball. Even Jerry, who's an arrogant dick, but he's a decent actor and rarely misses a cue, is missing cues frequently. All of them are just kind of, whereas the theater's usually a buzzing and exciting place to be, the air is lethargic. And you seem to be the one with the most energy, and even you feel just a little bit tired.
guys. Can we take 5 a second? Like, I'm sorry, but someone is sucking all the energy out of the room. Like, it's like this isn't Pride and Prejudice and zombies. Gary, is it you? Are you being an energy vampire, Gary?
If I was an energy vampire, do you think I would have these under my eyes? Do you think these would be here? This is 6 layers of makeup, and it's still showing.
Oh, you know what works for that? Preparation H. But really, like, we're going up. It's curtains going up this weekend, whether you like it or not. So, I mean, gonna need you guys to pick it up a little bit. I mean, come on, I can't carry the whole show. Again, you're welcome.
The director, seemingly the only other really alert one there, he goes, kind of leans over to you, goes, what happened to the energy in here? It's the last couple of days has just gotten worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
But it's
I'm
not.
giving-
It's not just here. I saw I saw a lot of the same things just kind of walking around town. A lot of people just don't look like they're sleeping at all.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I'm used to having the most energy in the room, but this is weird. Is there like some kind of like cold going around or something? Or like
I don't know, but I'm sending everybody home today. Nobody's with it enough for us to get anything accomplished here. Everybody knows their lines. I think everybody just needs some sleep.
all right. Yeah, good call. Yeah. I'm just gonna stay a little bit to run the choreography in that one bit. But yeah, I think everyone else going home, probably a good idea.
Very good.
Thanks, Chief.
He stands up and he goes, all right, everybody, go home, get some sleep. The majority of you in here look like you haven't slept in a couple of weeks. The lead actress goes, I literally haven't slept in a week. Not an exaggeration. Every time I close my eyes, I see it. Just this creepy mask laughing at me. And it scares the hell out of me, and I don't know why. And like 6 or 7, you start to hear mumbling and murmurs across the room, and you start to hear a pattern. Yeah. Well, what did your mask look like? What did your mask look like?
All right, I'm gonna run to my bag and pull out like a pen and a paper. Like, could one of you like try drawing it or something?
Jerry takes it from you, and he draws this twisted, like a twisted variation of the half good, half evil mask that you see oftentimes in theater. The jaw, instead of coming up to like about right here, comes all the way to the ear with teeth razor sharp on one side, and then a sad on the other, also with razor sharp teeth. And then there's tribal markings kind of all over it, and it looks like somebody took the symbol of the stage and corrupted it.
Whoa. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's freaking freaky.
And Jerry goes, this is not, this isn't completely accurate. Because this thing looks like, he goes, take this picture and make it look like human skin, and you got this. And you got the image.
Alarm bells go off in Gabe's head. Like, oh, that sounds kind of a little bit like it maybe could possibly be a monster. So it's like, okay, weird, totally weird, bizarre actually, especially if this is kind of all around. So why don't you oh, I know the best way for you to fall asleep. Go home and watch your demo reel from last season. That'll put you right to sleep, Jerry.
No, if I want to sleep, I just watch yours.
Love you too. And I'm gonna slip away and hit my communicator. Guys, I think we got something going on here.
Teddy, you're kind of getting the same kind of vibe from people. Like, this is too widespread for it to be coincidence. Like, you get that sense and kind of in your gut.
Are you also finding people are very tired?
Yeah, like literally have not slept in a week tired. And a bunch of people that I've talked to have all seen the same kind of weird face when they try to sleep. It's kind of like if the comedy and tragedy masks decided they were drawn by like a 14-year-old edgelord and then was made of fucking human skin. Sounds
like
kind of like in Lord Black territory, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Are we sure this is not just like some weird Freddy Krueger thing? Like, if we just don't talk about it, will it just go away?
Hetty, Freddy Krueger isn't real, and probably not.
There's probably a dream demon out there somewhere. The concept doesn't seem wholly impossible.
I don't know about any of you, but I think I saw stuff in the archives about dream shit, but I could be losing my mind.
Yeah, wasn't
Did
it
you know
Mirror
that
that dealt with demons?
Did any of you know that one of the teams got baked into a pizza?
What type?
You're making that up. You are making that up. You are literally making that up.
There was something about a salad too, I thought.
I
Was
just
it a
texted you a
good
picture.
pizza?
Sent it to the Savage Stampede group chat.
We all have an iMessage chat going on in character.
Okay. Next time you'll tell me there's something that there was a pineapple that turned people into cardboard.
Oh yeah,
You're just
the
being
pine.
crazy.
No, I saw this on TV. It was called like a pine piranha or something.
But its power was cardboard.
Yeah.
What do pineapples have to do with card? You know what? Maybe you know what? We're going on tangents again. I love our tangents, but now's not the time. Should we meet at the animarium or something and make a plan? Do we do plans? Plans are thing we do.
Sure,
Wait,
let's
wait,
do
wait.
a plan.
But
Wait, has
after
anybody heard
a
from Asher?
30-minute
I
nap.
assumed he had adult things to do. Doesn't he have like an actual job?
He does have a day job, I think.
We all have
Okay.
we all have quote unquote jobs.
When you
guys
put
have
quote
jobs.
around this, when you put quotes around it, that's how you know it's not a job.
Yeah, nepotism is working well for Derek too, but like it's pain.
You each of you teleporting to the animarium, kind of get there, and Adam looks rough. He's kind of got the same nightmare, but he's poring over files.
Glance over Adam's shoulder at all at the stuff that he's looking at.
You see 3 or 4 like possible candidates, where that basically he's kind of pointing and goes, this is too widespread to be coincidence.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, by any chance, and I pull out Jerry's picture, does this look familiar to you at all?
Make it out of human skin, and yeah.
Yep, monster. Gotta be monster. Probably a monster.
Yeah.
We got both. We
I'm
think
with Adam exhausted. I'm kind of like I start rustling the papers out of his hands. So what have you got narrowed down here?
The Time Force Rangers, or the Mega Force Rangers, fought something called Dream Snatcher, and it ate the dreams. This is different. This is giving dreams, and I don't know what this is. I've never seen a monster. I've never seen a mask like that before, and it's not in any of the Ranger files. I've poured over it repeatedly, but it definitely has. My guess would be there's definitely some sort of magic involved, and I tried to get a hold of Xandar, see if he'd heard it, see if he knew of anything, but he isn't answering, so he's probably out of realm again.
is there a library anywhere that has magical research possibilities?
Not
I'm
in.
not good at a lot academically, but research is something I'm pretty fine at.
Closest one would be in Briarwood.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
man.
a road trip.
Can we
That's a
take the
hike.
Peacock Sword?
I don't know about you, but the whole incognito thing might be hard to explain with a giant peacock flying through the air.
Yeah, Briarwood is exactly a high air traffic town, from what I understand.
Isn't there a dragon there? I'm sure they'll be fine.
That's in the. Briarwood is connected to the Mystic Forest. To the Mystic Forest. They aren't. There's a dragon there, but he doesn't show up in town, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha. Okay. Huh.
And he just keeps.
Can I make a
He like yawns again.
Can I make a check with the files that Adam's pulled? Anything
Yeah, I
that
was
he
gonna
might have
do it.
missed?
Yeah, make an
Yeah,
investigation roll.
Okay.
Could I do a culture roll to see if there's anything I can pull from, like
Mhm.
legend-wise, mythology-wise?
You're looking for specifics. You may make a cultural check.
That's a 19 for me.
19. Yeah, you can make a cultural check to see if you know anything that ties into your specific culture's background that has anything similar.
I was thinking because social work and anthropology student.
Right, I understand that, but this is the way that this is widespread.
Broad, yeah.
It's bizarre. You would need to tell me which specific. If you're an anthropology student, generally you study specific cultures. Which specific cultures have you studied?
I can do that, though I was raised in a Filipino household.
I would go general mythology because that's what I study at anthropology. I would shoot this Grecian mass. I would go Greece.
All right. Go ahead. Make a culture roll. I'll get to you in just a sec there, Des. I want to get the result on this so I don't forget.
Okay. Culture. Yeah, I got an 8.
Nothing's coming to mind that would cause this type of phenomenon. Everything in Adam's files is. We'll get to you in just a sec there, Derek. I'm not forgetting you. Everything in Adam's files is indicating magic for sure. There's definitely some sort of magic here. So that kind of rules out Dream Eater. you just kind of flipping through, and
Yeah, I'm throwing stuff that doesn't seem to apply.
you narrow it down. You narrow it down, but the people you narrow it down, the monsters you narrow it down to, have one, long since been destroyed, and two, their powers aren't quite right. Close. It's entirely possible that this is entirely possible this is something similar to what was created by the Dark Master. The closest thing you can kind of come up with is, let me grab his name. Because I am drawing a blank.
Is there any indication on why we wouldn't have been affected? Anything that sort of leads, like, how are victims being determined?
Not that you can see in Adam's files and what he has present. No.
Okay.
The one who what you see was closest was a spell cast by Imperius that knocked out the whole freaking town of Briarwood. Once. But it didn't. Everything indicates it's something similar to a spell like that might be causing this. And that's kind of what all of Adam's files are saying. Derek, you wanted to roll a cultural with a specialization in your Filipino culture, correct?
I don't have a specialization, but that was the focus that you talked about. I'm specifically looking for anything that might tie into any of the stories my foster parents had just talked about or brought up.
Yeah, roll.
That is a 15.
And a crit.
Mm-hmm.
The closest thing that is like in your history that kind of sounds vaguely similar would be the Batabat, but it's not like the same.
Not quite.
No, the mask is what's making it weird. Because a Batabat is like a man bat, basically. For those wondering.
Hey, Gabe, what do you know about this mask?
Like the actual comedy and tragedy mask?
Well, yeah, like do you know, I guess, the history of it, anything like that?
Can I attempt a culture check based on that to see if there's any specifics just because of the theater background?
I'm going to ask, does the player know?
Off the top of my head, I know what it is. I've seen it, but off the top of my head, I don't necessarily know how it would connect.
You can make a. Yeah, that does feel like a culture thing. So
okay,
go for it.
All right, I only got a D2 in this, so good luck, me.
Good luck. The one fight we need intelligence for.
Yeah, our smart person isn't here. That would only be a 6.
Yeah, you're like,
man.
Every theater's got one.
Like one of them's happy and the other's sad. I mean,
as far as cultural relevance, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not like, you don't remember like how it came about or even really what it's like supposed to symbolize beyond just.
I gotta see
comedy
my
and
theater history. Sorry about it.
Before, other than like, comedy and tragedy is really it's associated with comedy and tragedy. That's really all I got. Um,
And Teddy, you said you were noticing this stuff too. Anything you think might be something we should look at?
I mean, it seemed like not everyone's affected right now. I'd guess maybe like close to like a third of the people are becoming real tired. So, I mean, we haven't had anything happening in like 2 weeks, and they all haven't slept in a week. Did anything happen a week ago?
Uh,
Did anything seem to jump out of a knowing what we know now? Did anything from a week ago seem different?
make another investigation roll.
It's only a 7.
You're not noticing anything specific. Um, Nothing that you can like pinpoint in the back of your head that just stands out. The air in it definitely has seemed like it has gone down over the last few days as far as what's the whole air in the city. You might need to make some investigations outside and actually go investigate the city. Because the files aren't telling you a whole lot. There's
Right.
basically 3 possibilities, even though their powers aren't quite right. It could be the Nylock Rhinoceros, the the robot Somnibot, maybe potentially, or
What
Nightmare
if some?
from
What if?
the supercharge from the Dino Charge era. Because what you have noticed is after you guys have started to kind of pour through these Ranger files, you started to notice that the monsters that you're facing are based on previous monsters that have appeared over the years heavily.
Whoa. Huh.
But I haven't seen it. It's new to me.
Is there anything that is common in how they operate that would give us like a starting point for investigate for where to start looking?
Usually, all of their powers associate with knocking their victims out and then giving them nightmares. But
Okay.
this is almost like it's keeping people awake.
Okay. Well, Gabe, you and Teddy seem to be the ones that noticed what was going on. Maybe we split into 2 teams, kind of start where you guys notice where things were happening.
As good a
Okay.
place to start as any. Start there and fan out, I guess.
yeah.
I mean, if people are staying awake, maybe they're drinking something. Maybe coffee? That's my first thought. Coffee always keeps me awake. Sometimes too awake.
Mm-hmm.
If
Bless your
people
heart,
have,
Teddy.
people have been awake for a week, there has to be at least people talking at the emergency room. After a week, someone's hallucinating.
Yeah. Natasha, you and Teddy check out the hospital. Derek, what are you thinking?
What were all the locations? Hospital.
right now a hospital and just where, like, starting at the theater, I guess, would be, because it is a comedy and tragedy mask that they're seeing. Maybe something there.
I can check the theater. See if I might have missed a clue or something.
Yeah, I'll tag along with you. See if there's anything there.
Right.
I'll go with to the hospital. It's gonna be wider, larger search radius.
Okay.
We won't need as many people at the theater as we will.
Makes sense.
And
Yeah. Keep communicators on, guys. I guess we'll have to see what this is.
Alrighty.
Is Princess Shayla and Merrick around at all?
No.
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 Okay. All right. We'll meet back at the bar. Kinda,
Okay.
say 2 hours.
Okay. Ping me if you see anything weird, but freaking weird.
All right. Who wants to start?
We do have the smaller area. You want to just?
Yeah. Gabe
We
and
could just-
Dez,
yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Sure, then works for me.
You all arrive. What do you kind of look around? What are you guys looking for specifically?
I guess I would start by checking like dressing room, costume shops, see if there's anything like physically that people might have touched or consumed that's been left behind that looks off.
I asked Gabe, who were the people that showed that they were affected, and who are the people who weren't?
I mean, pretty much just me and the director. Everyone else kind of looked like they were running on one cylinder.
So, where's a place that you and the director wouldn't go? It's gotta be what, like dressing rooms or something?
I had like 3 costume changes in that show. Of course, I go in the dressing rooms.
Right,
let
but
me-
you were also lead. Did you have a different dressing room than everybody else?
Did I? This theater kid.
There's multiple dressing rooms throughout the back of this
Okay.
theater. So yes, you
Okay.
did have one that was different than anyone else. There,
Okay.
but there is not. There's only like basically there's 4
Okay.
main dressing rooms, and then there's 2 general changing areas for the
Gotcha.
the more basically
People have quick changes.
Yeah.
Quick changes.
the
Okay.
the
Yeah.
general changing area is kind of where everybody would change, and then like the quick changes is where you run into those because the 4 smaller dressing rooms are all like right off the stage. They're meant to be
Gotcha.
jumped into really quickly and come right back out, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Whereas the general changing area, which is more like your locker room type setting, is kind of back behind the stage a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's the larger dressing room. I wasn't in there a whole lot. There's also the green room. I was on stage a lot and didn't really have time to just like chill out in the green room. Gosh, it sounds really, really pompous whenever I say any of this, and I love it. Yeah, but okay. Why don't you check the green room? I'll check. I'll check the main. I'll check the costume shop and the main dressing rooms. Okay.
What we we'll go together.
Okay.
That way,
Start-
yeah, just work our way through.
All right then. Follow me.
All right, I need both of you to make investigation checks. You may.
The reason I did this is to lend assistance.
That's where I
Only
thought this was
one of
going.
us-
I thought that's where that was going to go.
Okay.
So one of us can lend assistance to the other.
All right.
So
Well, I
one-
have a D4 with no specialty, so I guess I should lend assistance.
Yeah, I have a D4 with specialization, so
Okay.
this would just be with a edge.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
You may remember you guys do have 5 story points at this point though.
Oh, we do. Okay, cool.
No, you start it's a brand new episode.
Oh, right. Yep.
Wait,
If
don't
you
we get a story point when we crit?
No, that's when you crit fail. I
Okay.
thought.
No, you get one from critting
Oh.
too.
Oh,
Then we
okay.
would have 6 because I had a crit.
Okay.
If that was okay.
All right. Duly noted.
Do we have
I will-
a DC for this? For this
No, I'll
investigation?
just tell you if it succeeds or fails.
All right. Oh boy.
Ow.
Yeah, went with the metal dice. That's a 25.
Nice.
That'll succeed.
With a yeah, I'll spend it. Actually, sorry, I should have said this before. I spent a story point to upshift that.
I assumed as much.
So,
I was like, he shouldn't have gotten
yeah.
a 25 off of a D4.
Yeah. So
Mathematically impossible.
yeah, exactly.
I assumed you knew what you were doing, and I was knocking that number 6 off of there for you.
Yeah. So it's a critical success if there's anything to be found.
There's nothing here that indicates similarities, but
Okay.
you do find several of the staff that are still around that have that same look. All of them seem to have a mark here of what looks like a bug bite of some kind. Every single one of them in the exact same spot.
Huh.
All right. So I go on the communicator. Guys, check if any of the people admitted have a bug bite on their. Is it all on the same wrist?
Yeah, it's always on the right. It's always on the right hand. It's always on the right
Okay.
hand. Literally right where the veins come right
Yeah.
here.
Check for bug bites on the right hand wrist, where the veins sort of meet in the middle.
That's the thing that you notice, because it's not like a small bug bite. It looks like it's festering. Like a lot of these are starting to get like almost. You ever seen a brown
Pussy.
You ever seen what a brown recluse's bite will do to the skin?
Ew. Oh, I'd rather not remember that. Gross.
Yeah, it's kind of some of them are starting to look like that, and they don't seem to notice. In fact, at one point, Des, you actually pointed out, and the guy goes, "I don't see anything."
Okay.
Wow.
All right, we'll jump from you two over to the other three here. You three went over to the hospital area, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure did.
How did we arrive there? Because Derek knows they won't just magically let us back there, and he's got an idea on how to get back there. But I need to know, like, would we have passed a corner store or something?
Yeah, you guys basically teleport about 3 blocks away and into a back alley, and then you kind of come up, and then there's like there's a couple of convenience stores just kind of off the side of the road there.
So he would have picked up enough junk food to look like he ate something this morning. Like some kind of baking soda and carbonated water. And then just a little bit less than half a block. Probably maybe a quarter block or less, but before you actually hit the hospital ground, he just downs all of it to make himself like start viciously throwing up once he gets into the ER. So they will basically just let me on back there.
I could have just punched you in the ribs.
I thought about that, but I didn't want to risk any of us actually taking damage. Could have just been like, Teddy, break my nose.
You
I
guys
feel like
go ahead and give me a deception check.
Oh crap!
I am moderately
Which one
okay
of
at
us is
that.
doing this?
I'm not good at these.
You
No
guys
way.
remember you can lend an assistance. The first is an edge. Each additional ranger lending assistance is an upshift.
So since I'm the one lying, I should do the roll if you two will
Yeah,
do lend
sure.
assistance, and I'll still use the story point.
Okay. What are you using the story point
Are-
for? To take it
are
away,
you
not
guys
having a
lend-
snack?
Oh, can
How are you
can
guys
we
lending
upshift
assistance? I'm kind of
with that?
curious.
I got this.
They're holding him up.
Natasha's gonna like poke her eyes to make herself cry and just like, please, my friend won't stop throwing up. Can
Yeah.
somebody help?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Teddy
we're
is
just
literally just like
doing this whole thing.
like carrying him like he's dying. Like
Like,
Derek is completely limp in his arms.
like fully, like Natasha's bawling her eyes out, like using the fact that she's 5-0 to her advantage, just like yes, infantilize me, disrespect me.
So with the two of them and the potential story point, does that come out to just a +2 upshift or an edge and a plus?
That'd be so. If you're spending a story point to make it a normal roll, that is a flat roll, right? Then you spend.
Well,
then,
I have a D2 in deception.
Okay.
I'm just trying to like up our
so
odds.
so if
even
you have a
more.
D2, that would be you could then give your so you get the edge, and then yeah, you would get 2 upshifts.
Okay, so I've got 2 +2
Yeah.
and edge. How did I only get a 19? I'm disappointed in myself.
I'm just glad it wasn't a failure.
It's better than what we normally.
They like do
So
this, and I just like start immediately like vomiting all this garbage.
you
back up.
it definitely it works. You guys get in. And as you guys like as they kind of hustle Derek back, Derek, you're taken basically straight into an ER room.
Just full on curtain and everything.
Natasha and Teddy, give me stealth rolls to slip away unnoticed into the crowd to start looking around.
God,
Uh-oh.
let me have put something in stealth.
So Teddy's stealthy. Teddy is very stealthy. What the heck
Wait,
is this?
Which one is stealth again?
Infiltration.
Infiltration.
Anyone else? Anyone else picturing the get help scene from Thor? Damn.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! With a snag too. Period.
We're very good at lying to hospitals, guys.
Yes, you are. And you just kind
The
of
thing is,
you guys blend
I'm a
into
mental health.
you guys kind of blend into the crowd. You do find Teddy. Give me an investigation roll from both you and Natasha, please. Because you guys basically, each one of you takes kind of a hallway and just kind of starts checking with nurses, like, hey, have you seen anybody with this weird bug bite? And a couple of them have said no, a couple of them said yes, but to get the exact number, I need alertness, I need investigation rolls, basically.
Can I persuade you that it would be streetwise because I'm using my information about like where how hospitals are laid out to find where people would be complaining about like sleep deprivation.
I'll allow it. Yeah, that's a good argument for that. I'll allow that.
That takes me from a snag to at least a D2. You know.
Hey,
For the story point. We got him.
Why isn't it working? Lord, I hate my computer sometimes.
telling you, just use regular dice at this point.
There we go. I lost those in the move.
Oh,
No.
No.
Big sad.
oh.
It's still bad.
Oh my.
Man.
Wait, how'd you get a 0? You rolled persuasion, not
I
streetwise.
forgot. Oh. I
You
was
rolled the
looking
wrong
at-
one. Like, that doesn't look right. That's not a
Ooh, Lord.
persuasion skill, is it?
Normal. Go.
Much better.
There you go.
15.
You each of you, Teddy, you find at least 4 different cases. Natasha, you find 37. 37 cases all citing the same thing in the advanced stage. So these are people that have possibly been having this happen for upwards to 2 weeks now. They're all suffer. All of the symptoms are the same: severe sleep deprivation, strange bite on arm, pale skin.
I'm still trying to get out of the ER curtain room.
Yeah, you kind of regretting your decision. In fact, you're regretting your decision so much so I'm gonna need a con
I
check
didn't-
from you.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely like
Let's
you're
go,
going there
Derek.
Wait,
you're in
a-
there vomiting.
A
They're-
conditioning check for this game?
Yep, give me a
Yeah.
conditioning check.
Okay.
I hope you know they're drawing blood because that type of stuff needs blood work.
They really are.
Oh. Well, we got a story point for that.
We love to see it.
I'm legitimately throwing up now. I just do not feel good.
You gave yourself food poisoning. You've got you vomiting. It's starting to come out the other end. You've done something really stupid here.
Wait, can we establish that Derek is squeamish of blood? Like we've been dealing with Sparks this entire time, and this is the first time that he's actually seeing blood.
No, we can't because
No,
it
he
wouldn't
does
line up
martial-
with the rest of his stuff. Yeah.
A martial artist that's squeamish of blood, that's a rough profession to go in.
No, you're like, I fucked up. This is a terrible idea. You're just sitting there hating your life at this point.
Guys, I'm starting to think I made a bad decision.
Stop talking into your watch next to nurses.
They got Derek.
You guys,
No.
about 2 hours goes by, Derek. It's settled down. You're starting to feel okay, and you come clean. You kind of come clean about. Yeah, I just ate a bunch of bad stuff. Like, yep, this is all consistent with food poisoning. Basically, what happened is you bought a raw hot dog.
Oh no! Oh no! It's very
A
bad.
person 7-Eleven not selling fully
Just
cooked
any
hot
gas
dogs.
station hot dog. Everyone has a gas station hot dog puke story. This is just Derek's.
I never ate a
Derek
gas
says,
station
I
hot
did this
dog.
to myself on purpose, and then it wasn't on purpose anymore.
I don't know if I could have asked for this to work out better. I got all of us back there, and then we got a full-on camp comedy scene of Eric shitting his pants and throwing up on nurses.
Ew.
Derek, when you
No, sir.
when you go home, you're like, oh, I need a shower, and then just take a shower. You guys kind of reconvene several hours later. Derek, you're still kind of looking woozy as fuck.
My hair's still wet from showering.
You're pale as hell, but it's not like the kind of pale you're starting to see in some of the other people. Basically, you guys all kind of convene, and all of the basically what you guys learn from the hospital is that the conditions are all the same. The advanced stage, people seem to start passing completely out, and they're not waking up. They're completely pale. They seem to have lost a lot of blood. They're showing signs of severe sleep deprivation to the point where, like, some of them are in critical condition. And the hospital's starting to get a little on the overwhelmed side with the sheer number of cases. you do talk to a couple of you did manage to talk to a couple of the victims, and you did find that a strange spider was what bit them. A type of spider that none of them had quite seen before.
Did it have any unique markings?
Yeah, what
Half of
color
it.
was it?
It was a black spider with what appeared to be a blue theater mask on its back, almost like a black widow, but much more sinister looking and large. All of them describe it as being about this big around.
Whoa! Gross!
Wow.
Oh, that's some New Zealand shit. No, for real.
You did find like all of them got the same corroborating evidence that they remember seeing the thing. They remember seeing the thing and thinking, "Holy shit!" and then nothing. Then they don't have any memories, basically, towards the tail end of it.
Weird.
The three of you relay that information over to the theater. Des, Gabe, you guys take that information and start talking to some of the people who appear to be victims, and you find out that, yeah, that's the consistency. All of them saw a spider like that at least 3 to 4 hours before they started, or at least the night before all the sleeplessness started.
Okay, so it was always at night.
They would see it at the time of day that they would see it was not consistent.
Okay, got it.
One of your compatriots described it as happening first thing in the morning, but since seeing it, they have not been able to sleep. But none of them remember being bitten.
Weird.
In fact, none of them can see that they have been bitten.
Now, when we look at the bite, is it like 2 punctures, or is it like it's too swollen at this point to even see that?
You do find one that is just in the beginning stages, so he's just starting to get that lethargic feeling. It's only been a couple of days at this point. And there are 2 very distinctive puncture marks. Yes. The rest of them, it's entirely too swollen at this point. You wouldn't really be able to tell. But you do find at least one where it does look like a bite from a large spider.
Okay.
Guys, this seems like either a specific monster or a curse. It's giving more curse vibes, though.
Can we root out the possibility that this is some kind of wacky, genetically engineered / possibly radioactive spider that's just making people sick?
Seeing the same mask, that's in your dreams. Radiation can do a lot. I don't know if we can do that. This seems like we need some magical expertise.
Well, last I checked, we're a little short on that, so...
Road trip?
Road trip. I'll go get the snacks.
Is there a reason we're ruling out just straight up spider hunting?
Yeah, I'm
I
almost
don't like spiders.
Vix? I don't think Off is gonna get the spider this time.
any common locations that anybody has talked about where they were before they got bitten.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
I'd say with an edge.
All right.
Because you ask the right question, basically.
Derek is gonna take this time to eat some Tums.
That's terrible. That's an 8
With the edge?
with the edge. I
Oof.
rolled a 3 and a 4.
Oof.
With a D20.
Much oof. Much oof. Not that you're... you don't put it in a way that people you're trying to ask the question like too tactfully, so everybody just kind of gives you this blank look, like what?
Well, they're also just completely out of it too.
It does, yeah.
They're
That's
sleeping.
not helping at all. um. So Natasha, you're pretty certain this is a curse of some kind. If
I
that's
mean, I'm not 100% sure.
if that's how you're feeling, right? When you guys get back, you do notice that now that you kind of are looking for it, you do notice that Adam has that bite on his arm.
Well,
we're meeting
shit.
at the bar, so I don't know if
Adam's basically sitting there with Merrick, and
Okay.
Merrick's making a comment about it, and Adam's like, I don't see what you're talking about. Basically, they're talking about his bite that Adam can't see.
Adam,
Oh.
Adam, did you see a like completely freaky giant ass spider at any point before you started getting sleepy?
Yes. Why?
Where did you
Where?
see it? Where was it? Where were you when you saw the spider?
By the lake. I went down to Parker's Beach.
There's beach.
It might not be a curse. It might just, well, it could be also magic, but like an infestation.
I mean, magic cursed infestation. I mean, that's not the weirdest collection of adjectives.
Or
I
a
mean,
dickish magical creature.
There's like what biblical plagues, right? Like what are we talking? Like biblical spiders?
Let's hope that a biblical plague
What
hasn't
if they're
fallen on
just
his
acting spiders?
I did
Not
always say
actually
theater kids
spiders.
were toxic,
I resemble that remark.
but am I wrong?
No.
Was any of the other people that were infected have anything to do with the beach? Or was that just Adam?
Have
Didn't
you
get that answer.
they didn't find that information out. Did you ask anyone?
No, I'm posing this to the group because I was incapacitated for much of
Yeah,
the
I think
investigative.
Everybody was pretty like. I asked the question poorly, and they kept telling me they saw the spider on the ground or they saw it on their leg, and that wasn't very helpful.
Yeah, sleep deprivation kind of not the most forthcoming.
Yeah. I feel like I would have asked at least where like if there was a general see if there was a general area where like they were bitten.
Something about this doesn't feel right.
The fact that it's. Listen, if it were a monster attack, why haven't they gone after us? Is my question.
Or
Why go after the.
anything.
Well-
It's random people that seem to be unconnected from what you guys have told me.
As
Well,
far
I
as we
mean,
know.
what if they're just trying to affect the whole town? I mean, eventually it'll get to everybody. 2 weeks, they have like a third of us. They could just get more.
It's like a reverse sleeping curse.
It's like the worst all-nighter that you've ever pulled.
I mean,
do we?
isn't there some kind of like fly that bites you and puts you to sleep? Maybe this is like the spider that ate that fly and like reversed its powers.
I mean, there are a couple of
You've been
mythological
reading too many
spiders
comic
that
books.
I
Probably.
mean, he's not wrong. There are a couple of mythological insects that'll put you to sleep, and some that are made to do that. There are tricks. The spider god Anansi is a trickster spirit, but nothing that's tied to a Grecian mask. The only,
I mean, do we want to just go to the beach? Just look around, see if we can't find one? Because if we can catch one, we can do something with it.
when Adam says you saw a spider, but Des, go back to the animarium and cross-reference spiders.
Okay.
Cross-reference spiders in all the files. See if there's anything that any team has ever encountered like that, or if there's anything like that at all.
I'm gonna cross-reference spiders. You want me to roll for it?
Yeah, give me an investigation with an edge and an upshift,
Okay.
just because you've been given a very specific set of terms to look for.
Okay. All right, there we go. That's a nice another 25 crit there.
Okay, so while there's no monster that fits this, that any Earth team has ever faced, there was a team on KO-35 before its fall that faced a creature similar to this. It called itself Nightmare Arachna. Cross-referencing its picture, it looks very similar to the Arachne of Greek mythology. You do see in the file, you do see references of it using what is essentially its children to drain the life force out of large amounts of people. In fact, it wiped out half a colony at one point before the Space Rangers of the time seemed to manage to destroy its nest. But it's never listed as to what happened to the creature itself.
Right. Is there any indication about like nesting habits, like where they found this nest?
As you read on, you do find something similar. You do find something likes to be near the water, usually as the eggs have to be born in cool water, because these creatures run almost too hot for the climate. They tend to lay their eggs in large pools of water, in caves generally.
This is a crazy idea, and you let me know if this is something that'd be okay. Because I imagine the Fox Sword has some sort of fire powers, right? Like some sort of fire something.
Not that you've been able to access as of yet.
Okay.
I was gonna say, are you gonna do like a Beast Morphers Blue Ranger thing and increase your body temperature?
No, I was gonna increase the water temperature and roast any new hatchlings. But if I don't have that power, I'm not gonna try and do something like that.
Can we get a flamethrower?
Okay, so I'm sorry. Have we been info dumped yet? I don't mean to interrupt.
I like forwarded it on like
Comedy Tragedy Max, Greek Goddess Arachne. I'm gonna pull up my phone and see if there's any like Greek exhibits at a local museum or art gallery or anything.
There is actually at the Turtle Cove Museum, which is not a very large museum by any means. there is a new traveling exhibit featuring art. A lot of it featuring different kinds of arachne that were depicted throughout Greco-Roman mythology. In one very strange arachne statue.
And when did this come into town?
3 weeks ago.
Well, that's too much a coincidence. Okay, so So, two leads, the lake, I guess, and this really freaky spider lady statue. Lovely. It can't be. That's too much a coincidence, right? Please tell me, am I going crazy?
You're not crazy.
No.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Um,
not.
Can't be a coincidence.
The thing is, do we want to deal with the babies or do we want to deal with the statue?
Do we
That's
have proof
first.
that the babies are at the lake at this moment?
Well, surely the statue is the more important thing because we know exactly where it is.
If it is the statue, I mean, there's other things that it could be, but I'm guessing that might be where it like lurks at the museum,
What
at
if it-
least, or at least we could find some more evidence. But if there's a bunch of eggs in the lake that are about to hatch, that's kind of creepy. That don't want to think about it. Don't want to think about it. Don't want to think about it. Hundreds of creepy crawly baby spiders everywhere. Nope, not thinking about it. Oh, I'm thinking about it.
We also don't have a way to, if there are eggs in the water, we don't have a way to heat up the water and destroy all the eggs. There would be
we not-
too many for
like-
one person to do it. We'd have removing the statue is probably the best play to begin. We may
Right.
not even need to go to the lake.
There's no guarantees that destroying the mother deals with the eggs, though.
Well, at least it'll prevent new eggs from hatching or
That's
being
fair.
laid. Unless one of them, oh god, unless one of them is going to age to maturity.
New
Yeah,
queen.
that's usually what happens when the old queen dies.
Well, I say let's stop any more from being spawned, and then we can deal with the ones that have been spawned. I say that's probably the most logical thing, and also, we don't know exactly where the eggs are. We could go into the water, but there's no sense in going into the water if we can't deal with them. Deal with the thing that's right in front of us.
I don't know. It's your call, Des.
Solid lead's definitely going for the statue. I'm just worried what we'll have to deal with once we're done with it.
Hopefully, just a creepy spider woman, and we can just do our thing and like we normally do, and pew pew pew,
This-
punch punch punch.
I mean,
Would
we
be
have a
very
lightning
helpful.
path.
Is there a
Why not?
reason you guys don't like spiders? I think spiders are great. They normally
No,
do
they're
such good
cute.
stuff for our community.
No,
I don't
they have
trust
too
you.
many legs. They have little hairs, and they have 8 eyes. Like
Yeah.
they're freaks.
Like I'm sorry, insects aren't supposed to have hair. That's a mammal thing. There's something
Not
wrong with spiders.
really. I mean, hair is it like hair is kind of like a thing you can find in all species that stick to things.
Walking and talking as we're walking up to
Yeah,
the museum.
I know.
This is the conversation.
You got so
I'm gonna have to introduce you guys to my tarantula, Mr. Cuddles. He's very lovely. I
very
promise
cute.
he's a good boy.
I will introduce him to my Eskrima stick.
I'll
I'm just gonna respectfully decline the invitation because you don't need to hear me scream. Again.
each of you you enter the museum, and you guys kind of make your way. You pay your fee. It's not a very high fee. It's only like $10 for all of you. Basically because they're having a special.
Derek, you got me? I got nothing.
get a job.
I just pay for everybody. 'Cause, most of them like aren't great. Everyone's story is like, oh, I live in a not great apartment, and I'm in like an okay spot.
I have a job. I live at home. I have plenty of money saved.
You guys make your way to the exhibit, and the exhibit is weird. It's all like just paintings of Arachne in her human form. Or like you see lots of paintings, and then there's statues of her in the traditional Greco style. Whereas one stands out to you all.
Is it pulsating?
No, it stands out as it's unique. Give me just a moment. Switch over here so I can upload it and throw the image on here.
I say we throw a chair at it. Don't give it a chance.
Okay,
Kill-
what if it
kill the
actually is
fire.
like? But wait, there's a chance it actually is a priceless piece of art, and that would make us vandals.
I mean, I'm right.
Literally not the worst thing that I've done in my life.
Yeah, like not even
And we're
the
trying to
closest
be
the worst.
better. And we're trying
Not
to
the
be
worst
better.
crime I've committed.
I don't think
And-
this place has cameras. It's not a big deal.
Oh, there's definitely cameras. They're fucking everywhere. They're not even hiding them.
You just said it was a small museum. Small
Look,
museums don't have
look,
cameras.
Yes, they do.
Look,
They
I'm
don't.
just
Which
saying.
museums have more cameras?
I'm just saying, on the off chance this isn't an evil spider monster, an artist could have. If it isn't, an artist put their heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into giving this thing its creepy, ugly, weird ass life.
I mean,
And
they're
it-
dead. We're just sending it back to it.
I like the way you think.
That does not
Yeah, I don't
seem
think
to upload.
Shakespeare cares about burn a copy of King Lear.
How dare you? You need to like go outside, turn around 3 times, and spit in your palm or something, because you just put some bad juju on us.
Macbeth.
You're lucky this.
There it goes.
You're
Holy
lucky
crap.
this isn't a theater, or we'd be throwing hands.
You would lose. I don't know what you want from me.
I know I would lose, but I know I would lose. I would lose spectacularly.
I would
But I
snap
would
you
have
with
my
a
principles.
stick.
Des is slowly trying to pull Gabe away from Natasha before things escalate.
Uncharacteristically, you can see her smiling. Like, where if it was you, she probably would have hit you in the mouth by now. She's just smiling.
Yeah, Gabe is giving his threats through a bit of a smirk.
This is what you
Ooh.
see.
Jesus Christ, that's what the fucking statue look, guys. That's it. That's the evil thing.
Yeah, yeah, like Athena would. Yeah, that just doesn't fit the story of Arachne. Athena turned her into a spider. I don't think she would have given her tits.
I mean, I understand Greek mythology, like, and all those statues had like boobs and nipples and whatnot, but like this seems
Not of Arachne.
outrageous.
Yeah, but in
Um,
the story, she was turned into an actual spider. Like, not like titty spider.
Okay,
see-
is there like an artist? Is there like an artist credit or like a or like a oh, this piece is from this century, blah blah blah.
It's gonna be
Anywhere.
signed by Lord.
There's
Signed DS.
The-
Spectre.
No, it's signed.
there
as TV
there is
owners.
a signature. There is a plaque in front of it. And it says it was found. It says that this statue was found.
Okay.
How convenient.
Was found in what it was believed to be Thebes.
Found in what is believed to be Thebes. Yet this is totally
Yeah,
not
like
on
that.
period.
No,
It's-
it's not. It's
yeah.
but it's one of the most lifelike statues that has ever been in this thing. For one, it does look like it could just move.
I have a question. Do you think that statue finds those giant bahonkers heavy?
Is there a chair nearby?
To get
Okay.
to the punching.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, is there something throwable nearby?
Something throwable? There's lots of throwable things.
Something that's not priceless that I can throw at it. Like, is there like a
Does it
bench
ha-
nearby?
Does it
I
have
mean,
the-
there's like
the,
those,
like,
there's
velvet-
like those rope stands and stuff, kind of all over the place.
I pick up one of the metal bars holding down the rope and just chuck it at its head.
Give me
How do
a
you know?
targeting check.
The monster's not even gonna have to worry about fighting us. We're gonna get fucking thrown out before we even find the thing.
I mean, if it's not the monster, then ugly art is gone. I don't. That's a win. That's a win-win. I don't know if you. What do I have to roll to like check something out this thing said?
Targeting.
We are.
Ah,
If
shit.
we
I was
destroy
hoping-
this statue, we are saving a bunch of young men's just like first time
it-
seeing
Would
big
this
titties.
not be
We are
brawn because
saving
I have
them.
to lift something? Would this not be brawn because I have to lift something and smash it?
Well, you said you're throwing it, right?
I mean, I'll hit. If I don't want to use targeting, I'll just like bat 1,000 at its head with those like.
I mean, it's like 7.5 feet tall.
Yes.
I'll hit the titties. I don't care.
Okay.
You're gonna give the Spider Woman a mastectomy?
Give me a.
Boob
Hopefully
job,
a double
boob
miss.
job, boob job, boob
Well,
job.
those remain-
Just a little off the top.
Give me a brawn check.
Fuck yeah.
Surprised she doesn't have 8 of those too.
Oh my god.
Can I hit
8
it up
legs,
for
8
being funny?
titties.
Can you do what now?
Can I get an upshift for aiming for the tits?
They're so big. Come on.
Yeah, I
Bound to
guess.
hit 'em.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Wait, was that a yes?
Yes, that was a yes.
Yes.
That's a D6 now.
Yes. Gotta tell that deviant artist not to have too big of tits next time.
Oh my
No.
god.
Won't get that up
Oh my
shift.
god. Oh my god.
Bow, 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 bow. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
no.
I rolled a
No.
I rolled a 1 in a. There.
I mean, you got another story point now, at least.
my
I fully
You-
whiff.
you go to swing and you forget to like take it off the thing, and it just kind of drags all of them with you, and you smack yourself in the head with it. And you're just like, ow, that was stupid.
I forgot to unhook it. I forgot to take the clip off.
What are you doing now? That didn't work.
I'm just gonna fully just try to like karate kick the thing. Like, well, we've tried.
Give me an
We
attack.
tried
Give
one
me a straight attack roll on that. Then that'll be unarmed
Yeah, I'm just
combat.
gonna use a finesse attack on. I'm just gonna use like her finesse attack on the thing. Just like, well, tried one thing. Let's go to the thing I know better.
You could probably get one more in before someone kicks us out of here.
I mean, I won't. Hopefully, I don't miss this time.
Dez is definitely looking around for security.
There's literally one old guy sitting at a desk, kind of.
It's stone, probably.
Nope.
Oh my god.
You kick it, and it crumbles like ash.
Oh shit! This thing is not in here anymore.
Well, I don't think Stone does that.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a
Ye-
cage, and it's free now.
Teddy, you look at it, and it's exactly like a molting.
This is wonderful.
We have more information.
Fellas, maybe we should go to the lake now.
Yeah, let's go to the beach. Mostly because I'm gonna definitely get vandalism charges. I need to call my mom to send the family lawyer.
Oh,
I
good
got
lord.
off.
Family lawyer?
How do you think I got off attempted murder charges?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Things I didn't know about Natasha.
Things for another day.
We'll circle back to that at another time. We'll go work on our tan and deal with spiders.
Okay, fine. Let's hope the booby spider's at the lake.
Booby spiders at the lake.
bef-
Let's go.
Before we leave, the old guy.
Hopefully the booby
he have
spider
a-
doesn't leave a booby trap.
Did he have the bite like we've seen before?
There's about 6 members of staff. They all seem to be hitting the advanced stage.
Oh
No.
2 of them, as you're getting ready to leave, the old guy, a young brunette woman, and a middle-aged Asian man all are collapsed on the floor, and their friends are trying to help them up as they begin to collapse themselves. All 6 members of this thing have stopped.
We
They
gotta call an ambulance.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
From their
first, it might be a good
wrist.
time.
from their
Yes.
wrist, small, like a spider leg pops out,
Ah!
begins to crawl out. As it comes out in this little tiny, only about this big around, obviously very, very young, very small, crawls out, and as it does so, it expands to be about this big around, and they look, and there's 6 of them, and they all look at you.
As they're
Time for a late film
sort of
abortion.
doing that, I'm gonna try and get enough out of Eyeshot to pull the fox sword out and just like try to ignite one as I slash if it comes towards me.
Can we just curb stop? They're like
Yeah,
that big.
I'm just gonna stomp on it. Yeah, I'm gonna punch it. Well,
I feel like escalating straight to your sword is gonna get you in trouble there.
Yep. Squishing. Definitely going for the squish.
They
This is
come
why
running.
we're kind of-
They come running at you. And as you get your sword out, you basically tap your morpher and pull the sword out, and then you kind of light it and you swing it, and basically you catch it. Give me a attack roll, please. Anyone trying to squish, also give me an attack roll.
Okay.
Stomp. This-
Going to smush.
That is Phineas, which I am not exactly dripping in, but that's okay.
Dripping.
Boom, boom, boom.
Two
Boom,
critical
boom,
successes.
boom,
Oh,
boom.
Let's
but I got a
go.
21.
Yellow and green for the win.
I got 13. You know?
Well,
And
no crit, so that's a nat 20 plus 2, so 22.
Ah, damn it. I was only 2 away from a crit.
You all basically start taking these things out, right? You get them all taken out, and each of them are, as you hit them, basically they basically drop and then kind of melt, and then into this almost mucus-like substance, and it begins to jet, basically straight out the door. All of it kind of merges together, from each of these 6 creatures, and it goes straight out the door. As each of you run out to follow it, you see that it's basically beelining right towards the lake. I mean, it's not even a question. It's just going basically right around buildings. You guys follow it, and it gets towards the lake. Once it kind of hits the edge of the forest, right before you guys go to, kind of like right as you leave the town, you see it basically becomes one larger spider as it hits the lake. As soon as it hits the lake, you guys actually see it hit the water, and it basically becomes this larger spider, almost as though it had been rehydrated.
Gross.
And it kind of comes back out of the water. And as you guys kind of dip down and hide, thinking maybe we can follow this thing to its nest. And it's heading down the beach towards what is known as Highland Cave. It's kind of a recreational spot that some people like to use. There's like a little campfire just kind of like right next to it, and people like to hang out outside of it. It's a really popular spot for the area. You're all familiar with it. In fact, as soon as you guys said caves, almost all of you had initially thought of, well, there's only about 3 of them on the lake, so it kind of narrows it down. Highland Cave was the closest one. And it goes right into Highland Cave, and there's actually what appears to be several sleeping campers, all like right outside Highland Cave. It's starting to get evening by the time you guys actually make it out there. You see in the cave, you hear, and you hear it as this 12-foot tall, giant arachne woman comes walking out into the stud, and there's hundreds of smaller ones that are on the side of the cave, on the entrance to the cave walls. And I need all of you to make stealth checks.
Oh, this is at a snag for me, so I'm going to spend a story point to have it not be a snag.
Teddy is good at stealth, even though he is big boy.
Not a true crit, but still pretty good for only having a D2 in infiltration.
Yes.
I got a 10. Oh, never mind, Des.
Another crit, baby!
Yeah.
Fortunately for you guys, this is a group check.
Oh, I won't drag you down the average.
You're welcome, Des.
So
I think
it was a group check, and the way that group
probably-
group checks work is it's got to be at least half of them must succeed. Half of you definitely succeeded.
That's good.
Period. We love to see it.
I think, Des was definitely like stepping out of the bushes as Derek literally does his patent pending yank back. Nope.
Nope. So actually, that's 3 failures and 2 successes.
Sorry.
Des, as you're stepping out,
Crit?
a branch breaks, and all eyes lock right on the tree line, and you hear the large spider go, more energy for our growth. Get them, my children. Iratata-san! As energy radiates from her hands, hundreds of these spiders all merge into this like large spider monster with 8 legs and kind of like, Rah! Go, tarantulas, get them.
If you're looking for energy, might I recommend switching to keto, as I take like a fighting stance?
As they begin to rush forward and you guys take your fighting stances, you hear coming in from the distance. Out of the bushes, you see this old, like 1990s classic looking Firebird looking thing. This red Firebird looking thing come blaring through and just pile drives into these tarantulas. And
Broken Skull to the rescue.
you hear Red Lightning Turbo Power! Ah! As this Red Ranger comes flipping out, all of you who have anyone who's watched the Ranger Files immediately recognize the Red Turbo Ranger.
Which one?
You didn't
I
see.
guess if he's morphed, we wouldn't know.
Yeah, you didn't see. You wouldn't know which one this is. He comes rushing up and he starts fighting them and he goes, "Well, don't just stand there. Morph and get your asses in here."
Oh, yeah, probably the best idea.
Yeah.
All right. Ready.
Ready.
Savage Link.
Like,
Savage
go!
Link,
Go.
go.
That was the most out of sync I think we've ever been.
One of us just has to say it.
And that is where we will cut tonight's episode. Thank you for joining us for Power Rangers Savage Stampede. Here in the coming weeks, we have a very special event happening. All throughout the month of June, tune in on Saturdays or Sundays for some extra games. It's time for Crossover Month. All right. We'll see you next time on the same Ranger channel.